Hello and welcome to Wholeness and Wellness Counseling Services on the Couch series, a series where we talk to mental health professionals about a variety of issues affecting our emotional health. Today we have with us Akilah Riley-Richardson, and we're talking about infertility and women and some of the emotional issues that might lead to. So Akilah, welcome. Hi. So we're talking about infertility. And when we use the term infertility, just so that we're all on the same page, what are we referring to?
Usually if a couple is unable to conceive, trying for 12 months and they're unable to conceive, you usually would call it infertility. If the woman is below the age of 35, usually by 6 months, you should deem it infertility and you need to go and have yourself assessed.
Yes. So just that we get clear, so infertility can be experienced by women, it can be experienced by men.
Yes.
If it is a couple trying for a child,
Yes.
It is an issue. We need to probably figure out who's the person that is having the challenge. But there are many women who make the choice also have children on their own, and they might also be dealing with infertility. So in today's talk, we're talking specifically about infertility with women.
Yeah.
What are some of the emotional issues? What are some that may come up for women who are struggling with infertility?
I would say anxiety, first of all.
Anxiety.
I've seen that actually in my practice. The sense of feeling immensely anxious if you haven't conceived after a period of time, and sometimes making some very bad decisions in a rush to conceive. But anxiety is one. Also shame.
Yes.
Because a lot of times motherhood is aligned with womanhood. So sometimes if we see women in our space and we realize when they haven't conceived yet and they've crossed a certain age, people begin to ask them some questions, why haven't you conceived yet, etc., etc. And that can lead to a great source of shame.
So I'm going to break that into two. So it might be the shame that the woman feels as she's going through that, but there's also a way in which culturally we shame women because they're not meeting what we think is expected of a woman of a certain age.
Most definitely. I was out in a certain space the other day and heard them using this word mule to describe women who are able to conceive. So we see how in our society how we find different ways to shame and embarrass women who cannot conceive or who don't even want to conceive in the first place.
And it's such a painful thing to experience,
It definitely is.
And when we talk about shame, we're talking about that feeling of unworthiness, that feeling of I am not good enough. It's a stain, something is wrong with me. So women may experience that as well because we're raised in a society where we have expectations about womanhood. This might be your dream. For many women, it's not their dream, but for many women, this might be the thing that you want. And then we're also talking about people now shaming you, telling you that something is wrong with you. And we do it with pecan, we do it with hurtful terms as well.
Most definitely. And also, a lot of women who experience this also tend to struggle with a sort of disenfranchised grief. So they're grieving something that people don't think they should be grieving or they're not entitled to grieve. You actually see the women who have had miscarriages grieving something that isn't exactly there. Grieving something people don't perceive is exactly there.
Like move on.
Move on. Stop getting on like this.
It's nothing if you can't. You just need to try harder.
Most definitely.
So you can't even take your time to feel
most definitely
the sadness, the loss that you're actually feeling. We talk all the time at Wholeness and Wellness that feelings are legitimate, all of them. It's our behaviors that we have problems with. So you are actually being told that it's not okay. You don't have the right to feel.
You're not entitled to be hurt over this. And I think that's what leads to secrecy. Because the inside, you're really, really feeling a sense of loss. But you can't express it to those around you because to other people, it isn't even real.
Yeah. Definitely. So there's a lot of heavy feelings to be walking around with. Of course, we're now talking a lot about societal expectations to what that does to women, and sometimes we're not even aware of how we are participating in a culture, a community that shame and make women feel that something is wrong with them as well. So I think there's so many places for us to go from here. But we're going to close up here for now, and we're going to come back and we're going to have a couple more segments where we'll talk a little bit more about how do women begin to process these feelings. And of course, when we're working through these feelings, what are the options? What are the next steps? Yeah. Thank you so much for introducing this topic to us, and we'll be continuing talking about infertility.
No problem.
Thanks for joining us.